up, everybody? Welcome back to IGN Live from Comic-Con. I'm Damon, this is Joshua, and Joshua, who's our friend here?
We have Gerard Way, and you might be asking yourself, like, what is the lead singer of My Chemical Romance doing here at Comic-Con? You actually have a really long history with comics, and with DC Comics specifically. Could you give us, like, your comic book origin story?
Yeah, sure. I've been reading comics since I was really young, and then I went to SVA in New York, School of Visual Arts. I was a cartooning major, graduated, and then I interned at DC Comics for about a year and a half. And then I was a toy designer, and then I started this band, and that took off, and then eventually I was able to come back to comics.
Which is so cool. And so you are doing essentially like a new imprint of DC Comics called Young Animal.
Yes.
And tell us what that is all about.
It's about really experimenting with the medium. It's about the art of making monthly comics. It's about teams and collaboration, and it's about making really weird stuff.
Okay.
Like
and
how weird? Give us an example. How weird are we getting here?
I mean, like weird fluids, slime.
Okay, all right. Sounds gross.
Body horror.
Wow, all right.
Lots of that, and even the way you're promoting and the way and the actual printing of the comics is kind of weird. Like on the comic Doom Patrol, there's a euro on the cover that it's a sticker. What's up with that?
Well, that's a nod to Andy Warhol doing Velvet Underground's first album cover, which is the banana that you peel, and then there's a banana underneath. And I wanted a nod to that because Andy Warhol is a huge inspiration. I think he has a lot more influence in comics than people maybe realize, or his mark has resonance in comics. And I wanted to represent pop art because in a lot of ways I see Young Animal as a pop art pop-up imprint.
And you are writing Doom Patrol.
I am.
With artist Nick Darrington. Is that correct?
Nick Darrington.
So I know you did Umbrella Academy, obviously, and I remember reading interviews that you said Doom Patrol, Grant Morrison's Doom Patrol, sort of influenced for that. But now you are actually writing Doom Patrol. Is that weird for you?
Yeah, which is weird because if I had a comic that was inspired by Grant Morrison's Doom Patrol, and I already wrote that, so now if I'm writing Doom Patrol, like what is that? Well, the answer is actually it's very different than Umbrella. And it is very different from Grant's. I think there's a lot of touch points in some of his ideas, but there's also some of Rachel Pollack's ideas. There's ideas from the 60s. There's ideas from Keith Giffen. So it plugs in to everything.
Oh, that sounds awesome. Have you talked to Grant at all about this?
Oh yeah. I was at his apartment. They were having like a get together. We talk about it all the time. He's known that I've wanted to write Doom Patrol for like a decade. So.
Wow.
And we're like really close friends.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
That is awesome. Also, I have to ask, what are you holding here?
Oh, that's my boy. I had to have it. I saw it on the floor on my way over, and I was like, I have to buy this. It's a little Jared Leto.
That's the scariest doll I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah. Speaking of Umbrella Academy, I always feel like there's always some sort of talk of maybe doing another volume. Is there anything you can tell us?
I feel like sometimes disappointing the fans because I know we kept saying it's coming out and coming out. It actually is coming out. We don't have a release date yet, but Gabrielle's on the second issue. I'm on the third issue. We're doing a signing for Umbrella Academy Series 3 today at the Dark Horse booth. So Umbrella Academy is very alive and well, and we have Series 3, it's going to be done, and then we're going to move on to Series 4. So Umbrella Academy is still happening. Gabrielle's going to be at the booth.
Awesome.
Yeah,
awesome.
And Universal TV is talking about making it into a TV show.
Yes, I heard that. Do you have any update on where that's at, or is it just still in the we're talking about
pilot script is complete.
Awesome.
It's very cool,
awesome.
And I think that they're just starting to show it to networks.
Awesome. How involved were you on that?
I'm not super involved. Like I'm as involved as kind of was comfortable for me, which is to say I have a lot of stuff going on with comics and writing and making music, and I don't like going to a lot of like meetings in Hollywood and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, no offense to anybody at them, I like to work a lot. So I'm involved in that. I look at the script. I help select the writer. I help select like the production company, like that kind of stuff, but not super involved.
That's awesome. No, that's good to hear. That's good to hear.
I want them to do their thing.
No, totally. Yeah, it's like if someone's going to do a cover of your work, which essentially, what an adaptation is. You don't have to tell them how to do their cover, right? So.
Yeah, some people want to, and I kind of feel like I make the comics.
Yeah, totally. And going back to Doom Patrol, you're actually creating a new character to help introduce the Doom Patrol to new readers.
Yes.
Could you talk about that a little bit?
Casey Brink, Casey Brink is a really perky, chipper, fun EMT that has a partner, Sam Reynolds, who is also a little bit fun, definitely strong. They're a good unit. They're a good team. They're a team of EMTs, And that is the way in through Doom Patrol. There's actually quite a few new characters and some really great old ones.
Awesome, awesome. And another book in the line that I'm super excited about is Mother Panic by
Yes.
Jody Houser. And
Yep.
forgive me, I forget the artist. It's
Oh, Tommy Lee Edwards?
yes, of course. How could I
Yes.
forget? Yeah.
Yes.
So can you talk a little bit about that one too?
Of course, yeah. That was a character that I had actually thought I was gonna do like kind of a creator-owned thing, like my version of what the Batman myth, you know. And over time, I was like, no, I think this character would actually be way cooler in Gotham with a Batman. So, you know, Tommy and I co-created this character, and we're like, let's just give it to them and see what eventually this character becomes, you know?
Mm-hmm. And
Yeah.
sorry, go ahead.
And Jody Houser is phenomenal. She's doing an amazing
Yes.
job.
Awesome.
She's one of the best writers out there.
Yes, yeah, all her comics are like must buy.
Mm.
And you know, with Young Animal out there, the first thing I thought was, you know, this, you know, all these kind of like different kind of weird comic books. That kind of sounds like Vertigo to me. What do you see as the difference between Young Animal and Vertigo?
Well, the difference is to me that.
You're in charge.
Well, no, and I don't feel like I'm in charge. I feel like I'm guidance. I'm providing guidance.
Uh-huh.
But when Vertigo started, it actually started almost not accidentally, but you had, you know, Karen Berger started this situation where you had creators writing books that it wasn't quite yet Vertigo. It became Vertigo, but then Vertigo changed it to a creator-owned situation, and that's where Vertigo's at right now. So it felt weird to go to Vertigo and say, well, let's go back to the way you used to do things because they're doing things really good now. So that felt weird. So that was why Shelley Bond and I were starting that imprint together and help build it and you know, and all that.
Totally. Awesome.
How many titles are in this first like batch of Young Animal series?
4 monthly titles.
Okay.
And beyond that, we're actually looking at not necessarily doing more monthly titles. We're looking at kind of special project books to do, like one-offs. This thing I'm just codenaming the Psychedelic Special, which is this oversized digest printed on matte paper with Dayglow inks and blacklight inks, and using mainstream DC characters, like just super trippy. And I want to get like a lot of weird people to write it.
Yeah, no, this morning he actually gave posters to the press, so I got one, and he
Nice.
signed it in the glow-in-the-dark
That's
ink.
right,
So we had to use a black light to see that he signed it. I don't know how I'm going to prove to other people when I don't have a black light that you signed it, but
You should just
it's a cool
at
story.
all times carry a black light
Yes,
with you.
be like,
just
by the
in
way,
case.
and that poster. It's like,
Yeah.
Well,
hey,
we're
guys.
talking about when the book does come out, and this is obviously a ways off, including a black light with it, so you can actually sit in the dark and
Yeah.
read the black light.
Awesome,
cool.
awesome,
Yeah.
very cool.
When are we gonna get to read all these?
Well, you get to read Doom Patrol in September. That's the first issue of that. And then in October, Shade the Changing Girl and Cave Carson has a cybernetic eye. And then November is Mother Panic.
Very cool.
I love these titles. They're
Yeah,
so
they're
good. I
great.
cannot wait for this.
Yeah.
This is
Thanks.
awesome. I'm so glad you're doing it.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, Gerard, thank you so much for coming by the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Stay tuned. More to come from IGN Live here at Comic-Con after this.